Good morning, Raptor Freaks. Yachts here. It's Friday morning. We're doing double duty today. We've got a Raptors 9:05 game at 11 a.m. So it's coming up in less than 2 hours down at Scotiabank Arena against the Maine Celtics. And then, of course, later tonight, we have our first game of the season against the New York Knicks, the team that is suing us right now. So this is a big day today. I've got all the pertinent information on both games for you right now. I'll lay it on you real quick. Let's do it in order, though. I'm going to go ahead and give you the ref report for the Maine Celtics Raptors 905 game. That's going to be at 11 a.m. this morning. It's a school day game with all the kids going to be bussed down there. And the Scotiabank Arena will be very loud with the children going to the game for that game against Maine Celtics. Let's hope that the 905 can finally win a game this year in G League in the Showcase Cup section of the G League season. The referees for the G League game this morning are Tyler Ricks, the crew chief, number 36. The referee is Chelsea Painter, number 66. And the umpire is Maripir Malo, the Canadian ref. Once again, number 70 is the umpire. So there's your crew chief, referee, and umpire for the 905 game coming up really quick. And I'm going to try and do the stream fast because I want to get done so I can watch the 905 play, and I'm sure Grady's going to be there because Grady is shown in the advertisement for the game today. Grady very much probably going to do double duty for both teams today, suit up for 905, play heavy minutes, and be available for the Raptors against the Knicks tonight at 7:30. All right, let's get right into it with the injury latest lineup news for the Knicks Raptors game tonight, 7:30. Really very clean bill of health on the other side for the New York Knicks right now. The only thing of note is they have converted Charlie Brown Jr. from an Exhibit 10 to a two-way contract in the last week. Otherwise, there's nobody listed on their injury report at this point. The Knicks are fully healthy. We're going to see the full version of the Knicks today. Nobody missing. And on our side, it's the same stuff. It's still just Koloko. And it is saying that Marquise Noel is still out today also. So he may not be able to play for either team today, just like Koloko. So, yeah, the Knicks are weird. I'm going to say this about them right now. There's a couple things. Now, one thing is they have not really changed their team from last year. They're pretty much the same team from last year. Julius Randle, R.J. Barrett, Emmanuel Quickly, Jalen Brunson, Dante DiVincenzo added, and Josh Hart. So you got those Villanova guys. You got our Canadian buddy, R.J. Barrett. And then, of course, you got Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson. It's still the same team. Now, they don't have Obi Toppin anymore. There's a couple little minor tweaks and changes. But otherwise, this is the same Knicks team that we've seen in the last couple years. Now, they're progressing. They get a little bit better under Tibbs. But you know what? Their record right now is a mirage. I'm going to tell you that right now. Their record is a mirage right now. And the fact that they are one of the 8 teams that progressed in the IST is fishy as fuck also. Is very fishy because they are not a good team. I'm going to tell you this right now, y'all. Their record is not indicative of who they are. And as much as the Raptors have had a really difficult, hard-ass schedule, they have been given a red carpet rolled out right in front of them, New York Knicks, and they have had an easy schedule. They already have 3 W's out of their 11 wins that they got right now are on the Charlotte Hornets. They played the Charlotte Hornets 3 times already this year. And they've got 3 wins from playing the Hornets already. They played the Wizards already and beat them. They played the Spurs and already and beat them. They have had a cushy-ass schedule. I'm telling y'all, their 11 wins are against Atlanta, who has not been very good so far this year, by the way. They got a win over Cleveland. They beat the Clippers. They beat the Spurs. They beat the Hornets 3 times. They beat the Wizards once. They beat the Heat once. And they beat Detroit last night to get 11 wins. As hard as our schedule has been, the New York Knicks have had an easy-ass schedule so far, and their record reflects it. That's why don't judge by record right now, Raptors fans. Seriously, our record is not indicative of how good we are, and their record is not indicative of how good they are either. They are not as good as that record is over there, and they've gotten to play 3 games against the Hornets so far this year, all wins, and that has supplemented and made their record look better. So know the truth about what's going on here. NBA schedule makers like the Knicks, and they're in good shape right now. Meanwhile, we've been getting the shaft. And that's a big difference and why our records look different. So I'm fully confident we're going to beat the ass of the New York Knicks tonight because honestly, there's a couple of things we got to do. They got a lawsuit against us right now. And some people will say, well, the players don't care about the lawsuit, Lex. The players don't give a shit about the lawsuit. That's bullshit. That is bullshit. And I'll tell you why they care, because they care about Darko. I'll tell you this right now. It's a personal thing because they named Darko in this suit. They said that we're suing you, Darko, personally. You don't think fucking somebody who competes like Darko as a coach in the NBA isn't going to take it personally that this is the team that is suing me, that has me on lawsuit documents right now in a court in New York State? You don't think that Darko Rajakovic cares about that? You know, the press is going to try and downplay this and say, oh, they won't care. They won't care. That's bullshit. That is bullshit. You fucking put my name on a lawsuit and fucking I'm going to come after you if I'm a head coach and I'm playing your team. I'm telling you that right now. And if these guys love and care about Darko, like it seems like they do, don't get it twisted. The Raptors will get up for this game because this lawsuit is frivolous and it's bullshit. And a great way to get back at them or do something about it is to kick the shit out of their NBA team. And that's what I'm saying right now. Do it for Darko. They're suing Darko, Scotty. What are you going to do about it, Scotty? They're suing Darko, bro. Pascal, they're suing Darko. What are you going to do about it? They're suing Masai. Come on, y'all. What will you do about it? They're suing us. What are you going to do about it? That's what I'm saying. You got that energy to go up against Kevin and Phoenix on the day after a back-to-back. Whoa, you get that energy up for a lawsuit and kick the shit out of them for that. That's right. The Knicks playing last night. I love it. In some ways, this is awesome. They had to fly from New York to Toronto. I don't know if they had mechanical failure on the way back. You know, there's more information coming out about the plane problem earlier this week. It's real fishy. There was a plane problem this week, an elevator problem last week. You know, the plane problem turned out that they had to fly commercial because of it. In some ways, it's very similar to like Trudeau going to India and that plane got all messed up over there. It's fishy. Let's just put it that way. So the Raptors had to fly commercial with the public in the middle of the night, the other night when they came back from New York to come back. Well, New York Knicks had to make that trip last night, playing the Detroit Pistons last night in New York and coming to Toronto to play a second night of back-to-back today. So hopefully they had just as hard a time getting the fuck over here as we did earlier this week. Yeah, I'd love to hear that the New York Knicks had trouble at the border or their plane didn't work or they got in at 5 a.m. this morning. Oh, I'd love to hear all that kind of stuff, that mess about things with them right now. That'd be awesome. So, yeah, we have that advantage. They played last night. Now, it was the Pistons, and the Pistons have done what they really hoped they wouldn't. They went winless in November, and Coach Monty is really in hell. Let's just put it that way. But yeah, Knicks, you can beat the Hornets, you can beat the Pistons, you can beat the Wizards all you want and get 11 wins real fast when the NBA puts a cream puffs at the beginning of your schedule to help you get better and have a good record. We'll see how it goes over the whole season, motherfuckers, you lawsuit litigious pieces of shit. Yeah, we're going to see how it goes. Yeah. All right, let's talk about our referees today for this game against the Knicks tonight. Our crew chief is James Williams. We've had James Williams recently. We lost the game that he crew chief for us recently. He's in his 15th season out of Memphis, Tennessee. He went to Purdue University, just like our guy, Zach Eddy. His favorite TV show is Snowfall. His favorite movie is Shawshank Redemption. His favorite meal is soul food. He'd most like to visit Africa, and his hidden talent is throwing a baseball. He's the guy who wants to be the mayor of Chicago. James Williams has officiated 736 regular season games and 13 seasons as an NBA staff official. Williams has also worked 56 playoff games, including 4 NBA Finals games. He refereed the NBA All-Star Game in 2013 and 2022. James Williams is an interesting ref for us. We win 53% of our games with James Williams around. As I said, we lost the last game he refereed. Meanwhile, the Knicks only win 35%. So the split with James Williams is 53-35 for the Raptors historically with win percentages. So James Williams is a feisty guy. We've seen him recently. He can be kind of cocky. He can be very much like, don't, try and show me up or I will punish you kind of ref. He's very much like a Tony Brothers in some ways. He's a Tony Brothers type of ref. The second ref is Lauren Holtkamp Sterling. She is the ref that is married to the ref, and she's in her 11th season out of Jefferson City, Missouri. We've had her recently also as a referee I don't remember which game, but her favorite TV show is Seinfeld. Her favorite musician's Florence and the Machine. She loves Stephen King as an author. Her favorite meal is breakfast. Her favorite app is the Garmin Connect and Google. And she bucket listed to travel internationally, and she most like to visit Greece. So she makes mixed media art. Lauren Holtkamp has officiated 351 regular season games and 9 seasons as an NBA staff official. Lauren is okay for us. She's our best ref today. We win 64% of our games when Lauren Holtkamp is refereeing. And meanwhile, the Knicks win 46% of their games. So 64-46 is the split for Lauren Holtkamp, the second ref. Very good refs so far, both of them favoring the Raptors. The last ref is Robert Hussey. We've had Robert Hussey recently also, third season out of Queens, New York. That's a red flag right there. Chappelle Show is his favorite TV show. John Q is his favorite movie. J. Cole is his favorite musician. He'd like some ackee and yellow yam for his food. Favorite app is ESPN. He'd most like to visit Iceland. Robert Hussey is in his third season as an NBA staff official. In 2022-23, he officiated 33 regular season games in his first season on staff. He refereed 10 regular season games as a non-staff official during the 21-22 NBA season. So he really is green as hell in his third season, and he is the worst ref for us today. As far as things, we win 44% of our games when Robert Hussey is available, and meanwhile, the Knicks win 40%. So the split's very close. It still favors the Raptors slightly, 44% to 40%, Robert Hussey. So all three refs do favor the Raptors today. It's not a horrible crew, and they're not really that suspicious. The whole thing with James Williams is, like I said, this is the way you play refs like him. You work hard, you bust your ass, and you don't complain. And when you do that shit, he will help you instead of hurting you. It really is ambivalent how he will go. He can be pissed off at either team and take it out on them. It's the Tony Brothers school of refereeing, James Williams. So be ready for that, Raptors. Be the nicer team. Be the more likable team. And the more likable team is the one that will go out there and bust their ass and kick ass and do good things. And the rest will reward you for hard work. That's just how it is. The NBA still has that basic premise. It rewards hard work through their refereeing. So if you're lazy, you're doing shortcuts, you're not doing things right, they will fucking hurt you. So you need to play good, ethical basketball where you're not making turnovers, you're trying your damnedest, and not turning around and yelling at them because they didn't call a foul when you thought they would. That's a big, big deal in this one. Seriously. Don't get on the wrong side of James Williams and Lauren Holtkamp. Seriously. Do not do that, Raptors. I'm going to tell you that right now. All right, let me get into y'all's comments, and we're going to try and make this one short because, seriously, I want to watch this 9:05 game at 11 a.m., and we're on the clock. We got 90 minutes. All right, let's see who's here first. Let's see. Trevor J is first in, of course, the commissioner. Trevor J with the Trevor J Cup, the commissioner of the Trevor J Challenge, is here with us. Good morning, Raptors family. Happy game day. Get another one. That's right. I'm telling y'all, they are a sham. Just like their lawsuit, the Knicks are a sham. This team is not as good as their record. They've had cream puff schedule, and we are about to give them some reality with our defense and the way we play. We could beat the shit out of them. I'm serious. I look at their team, and I'm just like, these guys are the same as last year, and honestly, they're overrated. We know Julius Randle is very talented, and he has a lot of good skills, but he has faults too. RJ Barrett is fantastic. I love RJ Barrett. He's a great Canadian and a bronze medal champion from this summer in the FIBA World Cup for Canada. But in some ways, we know that RJ can disappear and he can have a bad shooting percentage and just not show up, especially when he has to deal with people like OG and Precious and Scotty. So listen, in some ways, I'm not afraid of this fucking team. Jalen Brunson, yeah, he's going to have to get 42 like he did last night. No, he ain't getting 42 against us. Dennis Schroeder ain't going to let that happen. So listen, we need to kick the shit out of New York. We need to make a message. We need to make a message about how we are a better team than them. We should be higher than them in the Atlantic Division. And their lawsuit is full of shit. And I want to work it out on them tonight. So Raptors, don't mess around. Kick the shit out of them. And do kick the shit out of them like they are suing your ass. Because they are. Oh my gosh. Trevor J saying, every day we rise to new problems and challenges. It is a part of living. but you can take these same challenges and turn it into something good. Never give up. I love that. Those are great words of wisdom today, Trevor. I love hearing that from you, man. That's right. There's a new set of challenges every single day when you get up. There's 2 games today. I've got to watch 2 games. I got to get my regular video work done. It's a long ass day, and it's the first of the month. There's all kinds of things I got to do on the first of the month, of course, like pay my bills. So there's a lot of stuff I've got to do today to jam pack full into the day of 2 Raptors games and my regular work and the first of the month all on the same day. So yeah, that's a challenge, Trevor. That's why I'm starting early, because I want to get this shit over with. I got to work out too in this whole middle of all this too. So there's a lot I got to do today, and I'm ready for the challenge, Trevor. Whatever y'all's challenges are today, Raptorize it, just like Nat Bhatia would. Get in there and kick ass and do it with excellence, and it will cause the karma and energy in the air for the Raptors to kick some butt. That's right. Raptorize your day, kick some ass in your own job, and it'll go into the raindrops falling on this city right now, and it'll go straight to the Raptors at Scotiabank Arena, and they will do their job with excellence as well. It is raining here in Toronto, and we know the Raptors' record when it is raining in Toronto is very, very good. Let's just put it that way. It's like 90%. If it's raining in Toronto, they're going to win, is what I've noticed. So it is raining right now, just so y'all know. Jimmy Pope saying, I hope they come correct and we start having some consistency. I want to see us climb those standings, baby. Woohoo! Cream always rises to the top. Randy Sebjar. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, Jimmy. Elizabeth, bring me my robe. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Macho Man Randy Savage in the house. That's right. We need to mess them up. A lot of talk about the word consistency this week. And listen, that is what it is about. They said on Raptors Tonight after the game the other night that this team, when they can become consistent, they will become a great team. Right now, they're a good team, but they are not totally consistent with their effort and their winning ways every game to game, game to game. So the thing about the process about becoming a better team is that you get that consistency. And then you can say, wow, that team's a great team because they are good night in and night out. You don't think that this is on the wish list, the goal list of the Toronto Raptors as a roster right now? It is. And I'm telling you, they're going to be able to do it. It's difficult, as they said on Raptors Tonight, but all the ingredients and all of the progress and the things that are happening are moving in that direction. Listen, this is different than Orlando. This is different than Oklahoma City. Those teams are having success right now, but in some ways, they are not at the same level of having success against top level teams in high pressure situations and proven tough times like we are. We have Siakam. We have Dennis Schroeder. We have Otto Porter Jr. We have guys like OG Anunoby who have played in high pressure playoff games and they have won in the highest level. It's just that we retooled a little bit and we're in a younger cohort with Scotty Barnes as our center of attention. And now it's like we got to relearn how to get that winning way consistently like we had when we had Kyle and Fred around. And we'll do that. We are going to get that. In some ways, that's the step back of not having Fred VanVleet, is the confidence and the consistency night in and night out to put the right effort out there to make it the highest possible chance for us to win. We're on our way. We're going to get this. I'm not worried about this. Some negative ninnies are all saying, oh, the Raptors are never going to be consistent. That's bullshit. We're going to get this consistency down. And a lot of it has to do with our defense. When our defense is consistently good, we can be consistently good all the time. Trust me. Because we can stop any fucking team in this league if we do it right. We just stopped Kevin Durant and Devin Booker, 2 of the top players in this league to score. And we can stop any team defensively. We really can. And the consistency grows from the defensive end of the court and playing right and communicating together. You know, once these guys have some success like they did against Phoenix, it feels good and they get more trusting and they get more going in the right direction. I'm telling you, things are really working in the right way for us right now. And you're going to see a team tonight, hopefully, that takes this game super seriously and super impresses most people out there. I really want to see that tonight. Good to see you, Jimmy, as always. Trevor's saying Chicago took down the Bucks last night without DeMar or Zach. Yeah, it's a weird situation. Like, Bulls fans are probably like, well, what the hell? Y'all just won without DeMar and Zach. Like, are y'all better without them? They got to ask themselves all kinds of crazy questions today. Yeah, I don't know. Milwaukee's still got things they got to work out. with the new additions of Coach Griffin and Damian Lillard. So they're still like could be taken and beaten in certain ways. Like when we beat them, we kind of got them in a lapse place because they're still figuring out Griffin's system, and they can be had on certain nights. Well, it just happened that night was the right mix of Bulls to beat them last night. I mean, I wouldn't read into it too much, Trevor. It's on any given night. Any given team can beat anybody. And it's not even about who's in or out with injury. Sure, that matters. It can change the chances of winning. But sometimes you can beat teams undermanned, and nobody has any explanation for why. It is crazy. They were in overtime, though, and good job. And being in Chicago on overtime with home advantage matters. That's a big part of why they won. They got it to overtime, and they were at home. Cool Cat saying, good morning, Rapid Free Crew. Let's get to 500 tonight. Well, we can't statistically because we're what? Can we? We're 9 and 10. Are we 9 and 10? Actually, we can. Okay, you're right. We can. We're 9 and 10. So we win tonight. We'll be even again. That's right. Let's get back to 500. And then we get a nice long break. And these guys don't have to travel anywhere. In some ways, yesterday they had the day completely off. The Raptors doing different things. We know that Dennis went to the Ripley's Aquarium with his family to take the youngsters there to see the great shark tank and all the fun fish and stuff. So we know that he was there from his Instagram stories. The different Raptors doing different things on their day off and finally getting a complete day off. No practice, no travel, no game, no nothing. They just had a day off yesterday, and that's good. They needed a day to rest, kind of recharge, recalibrate, and get ready. They can play tonight, and then they got like 4 days off, which is crazy. Now, these days, they're not going to take those days off. I'm sure that they may take one of them off, but they're going to practice, and they're going to get some more things figured out and learn over this weekend before the next game on Wednesday against the Miami Heat. So this is actually a really nice 4-day break in Toronto, not on the road, where they can do a mini camp, a mini training camp, and maybe get some more work done and laid in on these multiple days off starting tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, no games, 4 days off straight. It's crazy. All right, let's go. Trevor J saying the 905 game is on TV. Well, it may be on TV, but probably for sure it'll be on YouTube. So, Trevor, as always, I recommend people that want to watch the 905 games, go to the Raptors 905 official site, and they will have the link there on their schedule. So you can go directly to Raptors 905 official site and watch the game there. It's usually the case, yeah. Jimmy saying all that did was raise Caruso's value. They're blowing that whole thing up. I expect a fire sale big time for them. Yeah, Caruso was the man that was leading them to the win last night. And yeah, you're right. He probably did get his stock to rise a little bit from that performance. Jimmy's saying Grady's still with the 905. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is because he's advertised for this game this morning. They're putting his face up with the graphics saying 905 versus Maine Celtics, 11 a.m. So, I mean, it'd be false advertising, Jimmy, if Grady wasn't there and actually playing for those school kids this morning at 11. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure he's going to play, and he's going to get double duty. I'll bet you he'll be suited up for the Raptors tonight also. Both games happening in Scotiabank Arena today. 905 playing in Toronto downtown for the school kids. It's a school kids game. Let's see. G saying revenge game for Darko. Get it done, Raptors. That's right. This is personal. It's not just business, NBA business, coaching business. This is personal. Those motherfuckers wrote your name down. They want to sue you. They're suing you, Darko. That's messed up. You players, you need to be like, what? Fuck that. They're not suing our coach. Hell no. We got to beat them. Just do it. Do it for Darko, is what I'm saying. Yeah. Let's keep going. Jimmy's saying just goes to show how important a winning culture is in trying to win, not tank for high draft picks. The Pistons are a big learning lesson. Yes. Jimmy is seeing what we've been saying for a couple of years now here on this channel. It's hard to revert back to winning culture when you're losing on purpose for so long. Just ask the Philadelphia 76ers. Just ask the Detroit Pistons. And that's the thing. In some ways, we are winning some of our games right now because we kept a winning culture no matter what. And that carries over. If you have winning habits, winning happens. If you have losing habits, losing happens. So that's what I'm saying. You want to have losing habits? Raptors Nation that likes to talk about tanking, you idiots. It really hurts your team, and it doesn't get you the rewards you think it does. It really doesn't. Y'all are crazy. It's like, I'm going to fuck myself up even though I may never get what I want. Yeah, there's only one victor, you idiots. And San Antonio was more in line to get it, and those teams like Detroit. And we being in the middle, No, we can't go for Victor because we're going to try and we'll hurt ourselves and we won't get him and we'll just suck. And that's not the right path for a franchise. Trust me. That's not the right path. Fiercely saying, good morning, family, and happy Friday. Let's show Dolan we don't need any intel to beat them. We got this. That's right. That's right, James Dolan. Oh my gosh. Like, who needs your shitty ass playbook? Like, seriously, who really needs that? That's part of the joke of this whole situation. It's like, who the fuck is going to get a lawsuit for stealing your shit? Like, seriously. Like, oh my gosh. Like, one of the things that they have to prove, apparently, is that we did something, we accessed something unauthorized. They can't do this. This may be the biggest thing that fucks up their lawsuit is that the guy that had the stuff had a password and he had authorization to get this stuff. And he just made a dumb mistake or just a clueless mistake where he's like, oh, I can take my materials with me. And but the thing is that he didn't access this stuff unauthorized in some ways. So there's some sort of weird proof of malcontent as far as unauthorized acquisition of this information that it's going to be really hard for the Knicks to prove. So there's a lot of frivolity to this lawsuit, and that just getting any ground with it is really just like he just wants to make a PR mess. Is really what it is with Dolan. He just wants to make a PR mess. In some ways, he wants to throw some mud on Masai and Larry Tannenbaum and Adam Silver to a degree. And he's just being a shit disturber. He knows in some ways that this lawsuit is not going to be successful or come to anything. He just wants to cause waves and media bullshit. And in some ways, we're above it. We're above it. We know who we are. Darko says, I know who my parents raised, and I'm not like this. And Masai's like, go figure. Go figure. It's like, whatever. It's so stupid. It's funny. In the ESPN article yesterday, they mentioned Masai saying, fuck New York. And rightfully so, because he did say that. He said, I don't give a shit about New York. Fuck New York. I hate New York is what he said. I hate New York. He said that in 2014, and now New York is suing him. Yeah, they probably circled around. I've always been mad at Masai since he made fun of us when we had Phil Jackson and said, I hate New York, and I don't want to come there. You're just mad because the hot girl, the hot GM in the league said, no, I'm rejecting you. And you're just like a rejected man who's like, damn, that girl's hot. I hate you. You're a bitch. And you're just acting like that. That's what this is, because y'all really wanted Ujiri to come run the Knicks. And he's like, fuck that. I don't want to come work for you. You're an asshole, James Dolan. So now James Dolan's suing us. It's so stupid, man. Jimmy's saying this. All right, let me see what Jimmy's saying. The whole league is laughing at Dolan right now. A lot of experts are, a lot of insiders, a lot of people that are in the know with this kind of stuff, have been scouts before, people that have worked in the NBA and jobs similar to Azotam are laughing at them. Yes, this is very true. Very, very true. Fiercely saying, I predict OG will guard both Brunson and Randall. Light work. No big threats on the Knicks. Sorry, RJ. FIBA is over for now. Yeah, we love our RJ Barrett. RJ, you are awesome. We do love you. In some ways, I was wondering about who would guard who last night. So you think that OG will get Brunson and Randall? I think that in some ways we could play Dennis and Gary on Brunson and leave OG for like either Barrett or Randall. Because I honestly, I think that our guards can handle Brunson in certain ways. I think Schroeder's really smart and he's very quick. He can keep up with the guards. And then Gary's been playing very, very underrated defense recently. I've been really paying attention to him on defense, and he's really keeping up with who he's supposed to guard and run around with and really bothering them. So he's playing like Dennis on defense. So in some ways, I'd keep the guards on the guards and keep the forwards on the forwards today, because I think that that'll work out pretty well. Once again, we may see Jakob be the big man on campus and just dominate and just do some certain things. I mean, Mitchell Robinson's a big boy and he's good too. But in some ways, you know, the way that Jakob played against Cleveland this week, well, he can play that way against Mitchell too. If he can do it to Allen and Mobley, oh yeah, he can do that to them too. In some ways, once again, the Knicks are small overall after you go past Mitchell Robinson. And in some ways, we're much bigger than them. And this is a big key to an advantage for the Toronto Raptors right now is our long, lanky lineup with the OGs playing shooting guard. Man, what a luxury. You put Pascal at small forward. Wow, that's amazing. This is what I wanted a couple years ago when we had them out of position at 4 and 5. Now we have them at 2 and 3, really. And Scotty really is the 4 at this point. So it's like, man, we have the luxury of size, strength, and muscle and length. And not only that, we still have that speed advantage too, with the size advantage. That's a real key to why the Raptors are killing people, is because we're so athletically talented and amazingly long. And that's a big part of our magic that we're doing on our team right now and the amazing things we're doing. So I'm all about it. Let's keep going. Cream's here. Good to see Cream Thomas, a great Raptor Freak dunk champion. Dana saying, good morning, everyone. Happy game day to Canadian Dana. Back at you, Dana. Let's go. That's right. Nigel's back. Nigel Nicholas from the Raptors Republic, y'all. I realized this after interacting with Nigel on Twitter that he is a writer for Raptors Republic. And I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. You're back. And yeah, let's stay positive. That's what I'm always saying. We got to stay positive, Nigel, because seriously, the Raptors' future is positive. And all the Rodgers people out there want us to think that it's negative because that's what Ed Rodgers wants. And I ain't about what Ed Rodgers wants. I'm about what Masai Ujiri wants is what I'm like. All right, let's see what Nigel's saying this morning. If our bench becomes consistent, then this team's trajectory changes. Big test for the bench tonight. I like this point. Yeah, the bench is such an Achilles heel for us. It has been for a couple of years. And I'm just dying for a better bench. And in some ways, I really feel like the Nick Nurse style of coaching is what suffocated our bench and really made it hard. But I feel like Darko has a new style that's coming in, and we're starting to see progression with some of our bench players in consistency. I think that's the biggest key is we talk about consistency this week, but in some ways it's not totally consistency of the starters. Sure, they could be a little bit higher level on a night-to-night basis, especially these games where nobody got 20 points. But the bench, the consistency on the bench will be better. Wow. And I think you're right, Nigel. They're a huge key to us getting better and better success this year. And I don't know if it'll be with this specific group right now. I think that when we make a trade, it will be from the bench and it won't be one of the 5 guys. Like everybody's going to think, oh, we got to trade one of these expiring contracts or one of these big names like Siakam or Anunoby, but I don't think we will. I think that what's going to happen is I'm going to fully predict this right now, Nigel. And if you want to write anything that I say, I don't care. I'm not proprietary. These are all just ideas and we all just share them. I think we're going to make a secondary move with a bench move and get a better bench player. And it's going to make most of Raptors Nation upset because they're going to be like, what? This is all we're going to get? And they're going to be upset about it because it'll be just like a little move and they're expecting a home run move. But it will be an extremely effective move. It'll be something that actually does really help our bench. And we will see a progress on the bench partly because of that move. And I'm going to predict that this will happen maybe sometime this month or early in the new year is when this is going to happen. So that's what my prediction is with the bench, that we are going to make a move of some sort. And it could very well be Gary getting traded straight up for somebody else that fits better for our needs in general off the bench. I don't know. We'll see exactly how it happens, Nigel. And thanks for coming back again. Y'all support Raptors Republic. They have a paywall on their site, but that's because their content is really good, y'all. You got people like Samson Falk that came from there. William Liu. There's a lot of talented people at Raptors Republic. Plus, they've got great podcasts like the Confederacy of Dunks, which Nigel was a guest on recently. My friend Freddie Rivas is awesome. He's a great comedian and improviser and actor here in Toronto. And I've guested on that show a couple of times myself. But yeah, definitely check out the new Confederacy of Dunks with Nigel appearing on it. Nigel Nicholas. I got to get your name right. Nigel Nicholas. That's the name right there. Yeah. Fiercely saying day off. I hope OG did not cook anything. No more knife handling, please. You know, Dennis has such a good cook. Like he was eating lamb on his content yesterday. I'm like, man, look at that lamb dish that Dennis is eating on YouTube yesterday. Damn, that looks good. Dennis, see if your chef has a friend. They can send over to OG's, and then there won't be any possible chances of lacerations or anything like that going forward. Yeah, let's hope that I think everybody's fine because the injury report is clean. It's just Koloko and Noel. That's the only people on there. I think everybody's fine, Fiercey. All right, Fiercey's giving me the cutoff already. I love that. That's actually the right time to do the cutoff. Thank you. All right, y'all. See you tomorrow. We'll do the reactions tomorrow. Bye. Hey, yeah, no, I'm out. No, I'm just kidding. All right, Trevor J saying, I just saw it's on TSN 4. Okay, so the 905 game is actually on TSN 4 this afternoon. So if you have TSN 4 on your cable package, you can watch it. But I'm pretty sure it'll be on their website also, Trevor. I just watch it through their website. If it isn't there, well, I guess I'll have to do something else. Jimmy saying, I'm definitely watching the 905 game. Hope Grady goes off. Yeah, I hope so too. In some ways, it's been a weird journey for him the last week. Getting his time with 905 has been different. I'm sure it's a little bit of a downer, but in some ways, once again, when opportunity knocks, you got to take that opportunity, even if it seems like a challenge and a negative and something you don't want. Well, make the best of it and do something about it. And I feel like Grady's doing that. He shat the bed in the first game with the 905, but in the second game, he had a bad first half, but the second half got better. Let's see if you can do a whole game really good. And we're playing the Maine Celtics. I really want to beat the Maine Celtics. If anything, just because we haven't won yet this season, 905, and y'all need a W. You just need a W. Maybe those screaming children that kept bust into the game this morning will help buoy you guys on to victory. Oh, you're gonna have like 1,000 DR DeRozans in there cheering for y'all this morning. It's gonna be awesome. Carlos saying, "Morning, Raptor Freak family. Morning to you, Carlo JS, one of the best positive Raptor freaks out there. We love you, Carlo. Hope you're having a good TGIF so far." Jimmy saying, "Apparently all the content we stole. Everyone has access to in that particular app. You just need to pay for it with some type of subscription. Not sure how valid all that is, but still, I know that's part of the ridiculousness of it." Like, and seriously, it's not like these guys are coming up with like brand new John Wooden plays or some shit. Like, everything in basketball to a degree has already been devised or created or thought of. There's very few innovators in this league at this point. Nick Nurse, sure, a bit of an innovator. In some ways, we're an innovator because of the way we construct our roster. And we're going where places nowhere has gone before, and people are freaking out because what the hell are the Raptors doing? In some ways, we're innovating because we're bucking the trends of what's normal. And that's why I fucking love when everybody's like, what the fuck are the Raptors doing? What the fuck are the Raptors? Because we're trying new shit that nobody else has done. And this is the thing. I hate that people say, oh, the Raptors don't know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. It's just that y'all don't know what they're doing because y'all are stupid. And you can tell. What do you think they're doing? Bobby Masai had Vision 6'9". They wanted to build a team with a bunch of long arm people. And we're seeing the fruit of it. So it's like, I don't get why people don't see what they're doing. Like, are you just like, open your eyes and understand this is what they're doing? Okay, it doesn't technically go along old standards of how to build your team or what you should be doing, or, oh no, the spacing. It's like so many different dumb gripes that people have about what the Raptors have done with their roster construction and what they're doing that in some ways make me happy because it makes me think, okay, well, everybody's like, what the fuck are they doing? That means they're doing something new, something innovative, something nobody else has fucking done before. And in some ways, that's why they're a team that in the league that's killing defense and not allowing defense to have any power, that they can still have a cutoff, amazing, badass defensive system where they do actually stop in a league that punishes defense, that doesn't allow defense to be very strong or have sharp teeth, that we have a team that can still cut the water off on other teams in a league that has no preference for defense at this point. That's actually pretty damn impressive, if you ask me. So in some ways, I was like, I love the rogueness of Bobby Webster and Masai with their roster construction because we're seeing benefits from it in real tangible ways on the court with the length and the athleticism and the supreme athletic gifts of the particular players we've collected. And I just don't get it. I was like, okay, you can't see what they're doing. They like guys with really long arms that can run up and down the court in their two ways. What's wrong with that kind of construction? In fact, that's part of the reason why they want to destroy our team, because they know how fucking good we are. They know how good we are on defense because they've seen us come and play their team and absolutely brick wall them. And they're like, damn, they're frustrating. Damn, let's keep saying that they can't have Siakam and Barnes and Anunoby on the same team. Let's say that same ass shit we did in 2000 to Vince and Tracy McGrady. It's the same fucking bullshit. And y'all fall for it all the time. So, man, let's keep our dudes. Let's go into the luxury tax and know that we can win with this group. A lot of it has to do with what Nigel said, our bench getting better, and Scotty Barnes just becoming more and more of a huge superstar in this league. And we're there. We're there. It's really like we got the main pieces. We don't need a big name. We need to tinker with the secondary people and make them cater more towards what we're doing already. And we'll be fine. That's how I look at it right there. Right there is right there. Mugabe saying, good morning, Raptor Freaks. Let's get back to 500. That's right. Let's get back to 500, baby, and be even. That New York team got such a cream puff schedule. 3 of those wins were the Hornets. Wow. Hornets 3, Detroit, Washington. That's 5 games that they won out of their 11th. just on cream puff teams. A cream puff schedule will get you a cream puff record, and that's why their record looks better than ours right now. A casual Raptor fan, you go into this game and say, "Oh man, the Raptors suck. They're worse than the Knicks." Well, did you see who the Knicks played, and did you see who the Raptors have played so far this season? Okay, don't go by record. I'm telling you right now, casual. If I was like the person that handicapped the game by record only, I come in and say, "Yeah," I'd say stupid shit, and you couldn't trust me. No, I dig a little deeper. I'm out of the horse track looking at the teeth of the horse. And what I'll say right now is the Knicks had an easy schedule, and that's why their schedule is better than ours right now. We have a better schedule than them if we hadn't played Boston twice, Milwaukee twice, Philadelphia twice, and some of the toughest Western Conference teams so far. So yeah, we got to remember to look through the lines and not just look at it shallowly on the surface is what I'm saying. Yeah, Trevor J saying Miami's going to be without Bam. He got injured last night. Okay, that's a little early intel. That's a bit of a ways from now. We'll see. I don't know what his injury's like. If he's still out on Wednesday, we'll see. Miami's interesting. I'll go look at them a little closer around Monday, Tuesday. I'll go look at them a little closer then. Kareem saying, is this Knicks versus Raptors or Dolan versus Masai? Either way, it's personal. Yeah. Yeah, people can try and say this isn't personal. Oh, this doesn't do anything. No, our coach's name is in that lawsuit. Coach Rajakovic's name, a rookie coach who just barely got started. He's getting compliments from Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, Greg Popovich, Tyrese Halliburton. All these different players are saying great things about our coach, Darko. Meanwhile, they're trying to make him look like a criminal over there in MSG right now. Yeah, you fuck. You fuck James Dolan. Oh my gosh. You fucker. Yeah. All right, let's keep going. Cool Cat saying, welcome, Nigel, to the 9:30 show. You will see we have a different flow. Start your day right. That's right. We don't get out of bed and be negative. Start your day with a bad mindset. Nah, fuck that. You come see me, I'll get that ray of sunshine for you on a dark, cloudy Friday morning in Toronto. That's right. That's right. We want to be positive Raptors fans because this is the way I believe in your life. This is the way it works. You want to look at bad things, you will get bad things. You want to look at good things, you'll get good things. It really is your perception will shape your reality. And also, you know what? If you want goals of good things, start thinking good things happening in your head instead of bad things. That's a real key to manifestation. It's like you can manifest good things if you think about having good things happen to you and you're going towards that direction and that's your goals. But if you want to manifest bad things, well, you will. If you're very jaded, negative, always like seeing the glass is half empty, you will get more of that of what you look at. I always say the car on the icy road will go in the ditch if you look at the ditch. If you look at the center of the road, you will keep that car driving down the middle of the road and you will not go sliding into that ditch. So that's it. It's just keep your eyes on the prize, stay focused, stay positive, and go towards good things in your life, and good things will happen. You want those bad things to happen? Go sour, lay around in those and be like, oh, my life is horrible. And then you'll get that more, is basically what it is right there. Mugabe saying, Lex, if we get two good shooters and sign Pascal and OG, we can be a problem in the East. On the down low, Mr. Lennon, we are already a problem in the East, and we will become more and more of a problem in the East in all kinds of different ways. Yeah, we're going to break the status quo. They're going to want to write that script for the NBA. Ooh, they'd love Lakers versus Celtics in Vegas in the next week. Oh, they love that. They want to write little scripts like Vince McMahon and WWE. It'll be The Rock versus Stone Cold at WrestleMania. That's what they want. They want to write scripts. Well, we write scripts that go off script. And that's what we do right now, yeah, as a Raptors, because we are that monkey wrench, that thing that must mess up the status quo. We're the ones that are going to come in there and mess it up because we're just going to do that. And I'm all about that. That's right. I like the idea of getting, Doug McDermott. Ooh, wouldn't he be a nice acquisition? Can we do our annual Spurs trade and get Mr. McDermott up here on the Raptors real quick? Like, that's what I'd love to see this year. That would be a very good acquisition for our bench. Is Mr. Doug McDermott. I would tell you that right now. Yeah, and there's people saying, once again, that we can keep OG and Pascal this year. There's NBA executives, insiders saying the Raptors, if they want, they could keep Anunoby and Siakam with Barnes, and I'm all about that music to my ears, even though a lot of Raptors Nation thinks that's not possible. It is possible. So y'all stop trying to ship somebody out just to help Scotty have room. These guys can stay here and be his buddies, and they hopefully will. Let's see. Fiercely saying, indeed, the bench unit isn't consistent and sometimes makes our pressure up. but at least they are being given the opportunity to grow and develop. So I'm supporting Coach Darko. Hard task for him. Yeah, I feel like he is getting good momentum and things going with Malachi in some ways right now. Malachi's really the good tester as far as like, well, what is he giving us night and night? Is he consistent? Is this happening or this happening? In some ways, it doesn't seem like he's making a lot of progress, but in some ways, he is. If you're really paying attention, it's a weird thing. Precious is another one to watch with this kind of phenomena around our team. Precious and Malachi really are the two that you watch with the development and their time out there and whether they're improving. Fiercely saying alley oops to Kareem and Cool Cat. All right, we'll do that. Fiercely's throwing the alley oops instead of Cowboy this morning. All right, so you want one for Cool Cat? Let's see, where's Cool Cat? There's Cool Cat right there. And you want one for Kareem Thomas, the dunk champion. Wow. All right, let's see what else is going on here. Carlos saying Nigel wants to restrict Precious to one dribble or per possession. Is that from some of his tweets or content? I don't mind Precious dribbling. I really love him in the open court. Like when he gets the rebound and he brings the ball up himself, that's such a dangerous weapon. The other team kind of shits their pants a little bit when either Barnes or Achua come up the court, dribbling the ball up the court. Because seriously, those guys put the Jets on all of a sudden, and they're right at the rim. It really is like, in some ways, Precious and Scotty have a Giannis kind of thing coming downhill, where it's just kind of like, this guy's really athletically crazy good, and I don't know if I can stop him. And seriously, you scare the hell out of the defenders of the other team when you see these guys coming. Seriously, I love it. And I don't think that Precious handles that bad. I think it's one thing. All right, the one thing to be like transition and what I've just described, and then him picking up his dribble in half court after he's kind of stood for a sec. That's a danger area there. The same as OG. But in the full court, when they're coming down the court, man, Precious off the dribble is amazing. And it really scares the hell out of teams. It gives them nightmares. It really does. So I'm all about that. Cowboys saying, good morning, Lex and Raptor Freaks. Bam. Whoever wins this game wins the lawsuit. Raps by 14. Is that what the court adjudicated? All right. Judge Joe Wapner presiding. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Hello. I'd like to say that we're going to say that whoever wins the game today is going to get the win in the lawsuit. Okay. All right. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I like that. Who's Rusty the Bailiff? Cowboy, are you Rusty the Bailiff? All right, let's see. Wayne's saying, can we get a 4-game win streak going? Number 2 today. I love that. That'd be awesome. I mean, that Miami game will be key next Wednesday. We know we battle the Heat every time we play them. It's a fun battle, that's for sure. So we'll have to see. One game at a time, Wayne. Tonight, it's our litigious foes, the New York lawsuiters. Yeah, New York lawsuiters coming in here. The litigious foes. Cool Cat saying, fiercely, I finesse the alley-oop like Siakam spin cycle. I'm going to give you an extra one just for being funny, Cool Cat. You're getting an extra one. So you just finesse another one. You're a prolific scorer like Siakam. There you go. You're prolific. Let's see. Cream saying, Lex, join PSF. What is that? PSF for a couple minutes during the game. Is that like y'all doing live chat on Twitter? Like you guys have a space that you guys do during the game? Maybe I'll come in there and do that. I don't know. I might come in. I'm really busy today though. Like I really got a lot to do. So in some ways I kind of got to keep to exactly what my schedule is to make everything line up exactly right. Like this is good. We got an hour before and I'm at the end of the chat so I can finish up and do a whole bunch of stuff before the game. All right, let's see. We'll do the Instagram stories real quick. Mr. New York City, Marquise Noel has posted on his Instagram stories, my life is at a weird stage right now where I'm done with my old life, but I'm still transitioning into my new one. God is definitely testing me and showing me a lot, but I can just feel the blessings coming 100%. All right, you go, Marquise. Yeah, it's got to be really annoying. You get a 2-way, you're excited, you're part of the Raptors franchise, you got things going, and now you're hurt. Right when you really want to get going, man, I feel bad for you. I want you to get healthy and get out there. It'd be awesome if you could play today against the Maine Celtics this morning. But I'm fully expecting you to be in street clothes once again. And I'm not even sure what your ailment is right now, Marquise. They're not listing it. You're just sitting out for some reason. Mr. Boy Scotty has got a picture of him and Chris. Chris posted a picture of their friendship. and on his Instagram, and Scotty reposted it, and he's got the fingers close. These guys are close. So the friendship bonds between Boucher and Barnes are very, very strong. And I love that. I love that. I know that when Scotty started with the Raptors, he said two players impressed him. And they were people that really gained his respect right away. And that was Boucher and Anunoby. That he just was like, when he started practicing with the Raptors as a rookie, those two guys in particular, the way they played and their athleticism and some of the things they could do really, really made Scotty have instant respect for those guys. So it's no secret that those two guys may be his two best friends on the team. So Scotty very much celebrating his friendship with Chris Boucher on Instagram yesterday. The Raptors have a contest, y'all, for diehards. Show us what makes you a diehard fan for a chance to win. You could meet Scotty Barnes. It's a Subway contest. You can win Subway for a year. You can win Raptors tickets. It's subcultures. Enter now. I got a subculture here, but you don't want to official me, Raptors. Trust me. I'm better unofficial in the way I do things. And in some ways, I don't want to be bona fide with you guys because then I would have to change how I do this. And I'm not about that. Thad Young has got Reform Transportation on blast as always. You know, they can come and take you to your prom. They can take you for just a nice night on the town. Reform Transportation. There are vehicles in the United States. I don't even know if you can get them up here. All right, Dennis Schroeder on his Instagram, he's got the picture of him playing. Man, Dennis is awesome. There's a really cool video. He has this new video out about the win over Phoenix. It's really crazy because Dennis is talking about the trip back from Barclay and playing the Nets and then coming to play Phoenix. And it seems like that dude got up and worked out in the morning in between. But yeah, that was a tough turnaround. And yeah, his content is so fun. You really want that insider look at NBA lifestyle and the balance of having a family and playing the NBA is. You got to watch Dennis Schroeder's YouTube. It's just amazing. And like the insight and the everything about it is just fantastic. And Dennis was really happy after the Phoenix game. You could tell, like he was hanging out and palling around with his kids, playing with them, and just smiling. And he said yesterday they did go to the Ripley's Aquarium and made a family trip. And he just had a family day yesterday, a much deserved, rested, well deserved family day with his kids and his wife at the Ripley's Aquarium. So yeah, let me say what else he's got here. He's got the YouTube clip. There he is, and he said, "I need a good designer." He's looking for a designer. I think he wants a designer for jewelry or for clothes or something. I'm not sure. So Toronto creators, there may be an opportunity to work with Dennis Schroeder. So maybe you need to PM him or DM him if you know how to design clothing. I guess there they are at the aquarium. We see the young Schroeder children. Looking at the giant fish aquarium with all kinds of fish. There they are in that shark, that part where they go over the top of you. That's a really impressive aquarium, honestly, with the way that they built it with the tunnel to go through it. And you could tell that Dennis and his kids really, really enjoy it. There's Dennis pointing to a shark with his young son in his hands. Yeah, it's awesome. It's just a very cool, wholesome trip. And then I love the picture of him and Ellen at the end. It says power couple. Nobody can stop this right here. Our goal is to be the best ever. There you go. You keep winning at life, Schroeders. You are awesome. We love you guys. And you're just such a good example of balance with love and family and work and passion with excelling at work. Yeah, you keep going, Dennis. Keep being that power couple and excelling. Pascal's got a new post of himself on Instagram. These guys do these little photo packages where it's like him and Scotty both posted like 8 pictures from the last month of things that around the league and what they've been wearing for like fits coming in and stuff like that. So Siakam's got a post for that. Muhammadu Guy, he has very interesting taste. Like his pictures are always very artistic. He likes like really interesting design stuff. He's taking pictures of like art on walls and like interiors and stuff. And as he goes around Toronto, you can tell he's really impressed with certain things about the city, like coffee shops. And he's in clothing stores taking pictures of like the lighting in the clothing stores. And, he's an interesting guy, Mogi. Very, very interesting guy. We'll see you play at 11. Hopefully you're going to kick some ass today. Let's see. Is that it? Is that all the Raptors Instagram check? There's a Slim Duck pic post to him and Scotty. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff around from our Raptors on Instagram. They're in a good place. And they just won. They had some rest. Hopefully they're going to be ready today. Let's see. Fiercey's laughing at Cool Cat. All right, let me see. What else did I want to talk about? Um, most of the feedback about the in-season tournament is positive and it's done really well. There's a couple of different things that people are saying. Like one of the ways to improve the in-season tournament in the years to come is when they expand to 32 teams and they add a team in Vegas and Seattle, then we'll have a perfect number for doing 8 groups of 4. And then when you do the 8 groups of 4, there's none of this point differential bullshit because basically the team that wins each of the 8 groups is the 8 teams, and there's no wild card bullshit. So some of the problems with the in-season tournament this year are going to be one and done. It could very well be that a lot of the bullshit is this year and that they clean it up very quickly. And next year, it has to do with expansion, though. When they get 32 teams, the in-season tournament will work way better because it's a nice round tournament number, 32. So yeah, that'll improve things that way. Now the interesting thing is, I was trying to figure out how they decided our 2 extra games this week. The game here against Miami on Wednesday, and then us going to Charlotte on Friday next week. And there really isn't any rhyme or reason to the system of how they decided what teams and where and whether they would be home or not. I really tried to figure out the pattern among all the teams and the way they finished in the in-season tournament first round and what was the logic and why you did this. There's some weird shit in it, and some of it looks shady as fuck. I'm going to tell you right now, like some teams are going to have to play some other teams 5 times this year, and that does not happen ever. You play teams 4 times in a year. You never ever play a team 5 times in one year. But because of this in-season tournament and these extra games, there are a couple teams that are going to play each other 5 times this season. That's crazy to me. That's so crazy. And then the other thing that's weird is they got Detroit playing Memphis across conference lines in the games next week. I figure if it's so even and everything's split down the middle, why are there Eastern and Western teams battling in this extra game week? It shouldn't be happening. I mean, I get it. It's Memphis and Detroit, and they're 2 of the shittiest teams on the 2 sides of the conference, and maybe that's why they did that. But I can't figure out the methodology for how they determine these extra games this week. I really can't. Now, I'm not upset about the Raptors schedule on this. I think it's fair. I think that getting Miami here is nice, and then going to Charlotte, hey, an extra Charlotte game is always nice. And the way they set it up with the season before this week was they had a bunch of Eastern teams that the Raptors are only playing 3 times this year. And they were going to figure out after the way the in-season first round went, which ones they could add the 4th game to. And it'll be just like normal. Because we would normally play Miami or Charlotte 4 games this year. And we had 3 games on the schedule already. And we just added the 4th game this week. In some ways, I would be mad if we didn't get Charlotte this week and we were shafted 1 game against Charlotte this year. So I'm glad. In some ways, I'm not upset with the 2 games they gave us, but I cannot decipher the methodology that they used and what the reasoning was for why they did it the way they did it. In some ways, I could figure out the seeding for the in-season tournament groups this year from the final standings of last season. It made sense why they put us in a group with Orlando, Chicago, and Boston. And the way they did it was very apparent, the methodology. But the methodology of how they selected these games for these extra games this week is very mysterious to me. And if I saw a piece of paper or they could tell us how they figured it out, I'd feel better because it does seem like there is some sort of manipulations and weird things in that. I'm sussing everything out like a competition committee to make sure things are on the up and up. And that's basically what I'm trying to do here. Yeah. Let's see. Kareem saying Dennis showed off his FIBA chip ring on the Raptors show yesterday, and it has MVP on the side. Looks better than NBA rings. I'm telling y'all, once again, when we are playing at home, like tonight, when they play the Knicks, and Dennis Schroeder gets any free throws, I want our home crowd to chant MVP. I feel like this is a respect that he is deserving of and that it makes total sense. And y'all want to chant MVP for Pascal and Scotty so often that it's not deserved. Well, this is deserved. And I wish we do this and get on this more quickly this season because in some ways we need to celebrate our MVP point guard FIBA World Cup. And in some ways, it's not wrong to chant MVP at Dennis Schroeder when he's shooting free throws in the Scotiabank Arena. So please, let's honor our point guard and it's a prestigious thing. And he has the ring to prove that he is the MVP. So let's do it. Trevor's saying, let's cut it off. See, I can do an hour if I really want to. I never want to. I want to go over an hour. I'm going to go over just a bit because you guys gave me more comments. Fiercely saying, have they established when the 2 new teams will be added to the league? No. And there's an order to this, Fiercely. They have to finish the media contract that's coming up. They have to figure out the big money and who's going to pay them. And they got to figure out the TV rights. And when that gets settled, then they will look and turn to looking at adding new franchises to the league. Now, this whole process is going to take a while. So we can't expect a new team in this league probably until 2025 or 2026 at the earliest. So that may not even be then. It could be 2027. So this is all going to take a little while, and the in-season tournament will be tinkered with a bit. But ultimately, the goal is to have 32 teams and make it much easier to do the IST. Yeah, David's saying it's 10-10. Where are y'all going? Laugh out loud. Well, the Raptors 905 are playing at 11 a.m. and very, very soon. So they're playing in less than an hour, David. And I'd like to watch Grady Dick play against the Maine Celtics at 11 a.m. That's where we're going. Yeah, David, that's what's up. David Saborin, my good buddy. David, he's awesome. Kareem saying, David's here. We're going another 2 hours. Laugh out loud. Might as well just do a live reaction to the 905 game today. I'll just stay on. Let's see. Fiercely saying, please, reporters, no dumb questions to Jimmy Butler next week. We saw you train in Toronto this summer. Does this mean anything? Please don't ask. Yeah, I don't know. The Raptors media people are going to ask dumb questions no matter what. In some ways, they're just going to do it. I don't know. I'm not worried about them asking Jimmy that question. That's an awesome question for them to ask. Maybe he'll get all emotional and flip his hair. I don't know. Wayne's saying we own the Knicks and the Heat. I'm saying we have crossed the Rubicon. That's interesting. I love that Wayne just said we crossed the Rubicon. I'm not even totally sure what he means by saying we crossed the Rubicon, but it sounds like something in a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. So I'm gonna give him a dunk for it. We have crossed the Rubicon, and now we're gonna fight the blood sport. Yeah, I'm all about that. Yeah, we were across the Rubicon. We're coming. We crossed the Rubicon when we did a 3 overtime victory on the Miami Heat a couple years ago. Schroeder MVP. That's right, y'all. If you're going to that game, say MVP when he's shooting free throws. MVP. Give that man his due. He deserves it. He does. David saying 905 game. Sick. I'll check it out. Thank you on Sportsnet. YouTube or TSN4, apparently. TSN4 or YouTube. Kareem saying, if 905 lose today, I'm officially calling them 647. All right, you really are trying to be funny. I see what you're doing there, Kareem. And that really is a GTA joke right there. You got to be from Toronto to get that one. And that's pretty damn funny. You're going to call them 647? Raptors 647? It's going to be happening? Kareem, man, you really are one of my favorite people, dude. You're awesome. Carlos saying, I want a new international team like Mexico or back in Vancouver. Yeah, I mean, it really is going to be Vegas no matter what. Vegas is going to get a team, and they're going to be owned by LeBron James. And the timing of it will very much coincide with his retirement, and then he will own that team straight up, and he will be the primary owner of that Las Vegas team right from the start, LeBron. Now, Seattle is really ripe to get that team back. And in fact, they're grooming it to get ready for it by doing different things there. And it really is a huge push to put the Sonics back in the league. And I would love to see that. I think that is the right move. Then after that, it's like you got to look at Montreal and Mexico City and other places like possibly Vancouver again. But I think if they go back to Seattle, they will not go back to Vancouver. They're more likely to give Montreal a chance up here in Canada before they try Vancouver again. So that's the way I look at it. David's saying, haha, Kareem, laugh out loud. And he got it. He got the 647 joke. Fiercey's laughing because he'll flip his hair. Yeah, he doesn't have that hair no more, does he? David's saying, I have a 647 area code. Laugh out loud. He's sad. Fiercey saying, I don't know the whole GTA. What's up with 647? I know Mississauga is 905 and T-Dot is 416. Well, 647 is the third area code for Toronto because we ran out of numbers. So it's kind of like 647 is kind of indicative of being a newer person in Toronto. If you have a 416 area code, that means you're established. You've been here for a while. But if you come in and you got a 647, David, that means you're a Johnny come lately. And that's kind of what it is. And Kareem, that's what Kareem's making the joke because they ran out of phone numbers for 416 and 905. They use the 647 as the additional area code in between. And you can have 647 anywhere across Toronto. You could have it out in Scarborough all the way to Mississauga. So, yeah, the old school, like me, I got 416. If you're out in 905, you've been out there for a while, you got 905. But if you're newer, if you moved from Ottawa in the recent years, then you are David and you've got 647. Yeah, that's part of it right there. Let's see. David saying, for losers like me who are late to the party, laugh out loud. You're not a loser, David. We love you, man. You're awesome, bro. We still need to go down to the NBA restaurant and cuss out that guy wearing the green shirt that's busting tables. We still need to go down there and do that, David. I really do want to do that at some point because honestly, it's egregious. Honestly, that they got some guy down there working in the NBA restaurant who's a huge Celtics fan who's gaslighting Raptors fans in a restaurant in Toronto as they're getting their food. I'll tell this. Listen, I am very kind to servers and restaurant staff. In fact, I give them good tips. I'm personable. I can tell a joke and we get along real well. But listen, when somebody steps at my table and they're wearing a green shirt and they come at me like, oh, you're playing the Celtics tonight. I don't think you guys are going to win. And start talking shit like that. You're not a server to me anymore. You're a Celtics fan and you're in my face. And why the fuck are you giving me a menu and I'm supposed to order from you? Yeah, that's not a good situation. In fact, that's like a Larry David's Curb Your Enthusiasm situation. I'm like, I fucking don't trust him. Like, seriously, I don't want to order from a Celtics fan and he could see how diehard I am. That motherfucker could spit in my food. And I ain't going to trust that. So, no, fuck that. It's like I am kind to service staff and restaurants. It's just when you come to me in a green shirt in the NBA restaurant and you're supposed to be my server and you're talking trash about a game that the Celtics and the Raptors are going to play that night to my face, yeah, that's different. You're not staff in this restaurant anymore. You are an NBA fan of the Celtics and that we're mortal enemies. And I'm sorry, I can't sit here, let alone get service from you or even think about giving you a gratuity. Fuck that. I'm going to say, fuck you. And I'm out, bro. And that's what I did. I said, fuck this shit. I'm not sitting here and getting food from this fuck. No, I'm not. And that's why we had to leave. So, yeah. Yeah. It's just like, it's a bad situation. I want to go down there with you, David. We need to talk to him. Yeah. His day will come, is what David said. His day will come. Infamous is saying, salute, freaks. This game will come down to the bench. Knicks have a better bench. If we can limit their runs, we will be good. Don't say that, Infamous. Don't say it's going to come down the bench and that they have a better bench. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. This is going to come down to defense. That's what it's going to come down to. I don't give a fuck about the bench. We'll have guys step up and do good things. In some ways, the Knicks aren't overall talented. They're very much, in some ways, the Knicks are hamstrung because of their stupid ass owner. They can't get big names. They can't get good people there. They don't want to go there. It's very public. They've wanted LeBron. They've wanted, Kevin. And those guys have rejected them. They've said, I will never play for Boston or New York for certain reasons because both those teams have issues with either an owner like Dolan or, a racist fan base. So, it's interesting how that is. Let's see. Trevor J saying the 905 is closer to the 9889, so we can call them that. I think 647 is really funny that he said that. David saying, let's go 905 and go Raps. That's right, David Saborn, a positive Raptor freak, but also a very feisty and can chop your head off kind of Raptor freak too. David's awesome, man. He's such a killer. Carlos saying, let's pry quickly off the Knicks. He'd be a perfect addition to help us if we could figure that out, but he's very highly prized on that side. There's some idiot on Twitter yesterday trying to say that Grimes is better than Barnes. And I'm like, holy crap. They still are upset because Scotty got in Quentin Grimes' face and said, you are not him. Knicks fans are still holding that. And they're like, oh, they really hate that Scotty's gotten better. And he is him. And meanwhile, they're trying to make cases on Twitter for how Quentin Grimes is a better player than Scotty Barnes. I'm like, just stop. Just stop. You're pathetic. What delusion are you under that you think that Quentin Grimes is a better player than Scotty Barnes? Like, seriously. And it's funny because that Knick fan, he can say that. And Raptors fans, of course, are going to come in and say that. But then the rest of the NBA fans come in and is like, man, what the fuck are you on? That you think Quentin Grimes is a better player than Scotty Barnes? That's ridiculous. That's a ridiculous take. Such a ridiculous take. Evelyn's here. Good morning. Happy first day of December. Yeah, happy December, y'all. Happy 1st of December, another month. We finished the month of November with a winning record. Yes, Raptors won one more game than they lost last month. So you go Raptors, even though we're down under one game, under 500. We had a winning record in November, a very difficult month for the Raptors, and I'll take it. Wayne's saying, we understand our brain farts and muscle memory has been built to avoid repeating them. Our coach is evolving and improving at an accelerated rate. Win streak 2, Rubicon behind us. Rubicon, yes, let's go into the Rubicon, Ken Shamrock, and I'm going to put an ankle hold on you. Yeah, Ken Shamrock, we're in the Rubicon. That's right. The Rubicon. It's so good. I love it. Yeah, I like this. No, and he's right. We're cleaning things up quickly. I see on a night-to-night basis improvements in things, whether it's Precious shooting a little bit better at free throws, whether it's Scotty going to the basket more instead of settling for outside shots. We're seeing tinkering, very, very good tinkering with really good results right away. And then once again, the really good signs that our coach is awesome is the accolades coming from other people saying this guy's good, he's underrated from our opponents. And then you see the really excellent timeout calls with excellent plays executed afterwards when they come back in. You see adjustments in the game. You see switches on defenses. He's very cerebral. He's very intertwined in the game, and he's involved, and he's talking, he's engaged, and he's actively changing things as the coach of the Raptors for better results for us. Thank God. We got a good coach, and I love him. He's awesome. He's so good. Fiercely saying Grimes over Barnes, zero credibility on that writer. Well, it's just a straight up Knicks freak. It's just a New York Knicks freak. Like I'm the Raptors freak. He's over on the other side, and he's drinking that orange Kool-Aid, and it's telling him that Quentin Grimes is better than Scotty Barnes. Ridiculous. I know. They may need to check the water in his apartment building. Carlos saying Detroit had no wins for November. It's disgustingly sad. I saw a stat yesterday on Twitter. Get this. This is crazy. This is so fucking crazy. The Detroit Lions, the football team, the Lions. We know the Lions. They've been really bad for a long, long time, and they're actually pretty good right now. They have 10 wins in the calendar year of 2023. Meanwhile, the Pistons, and this is not just this season, this is from January of this year, they have 9 wins. They have 9 wins for the whole fucking calendar year of 2023. That's 7 wins in the last part of the season this year, of last season, and 2 wins so far this season. They have 9 wins in the calendar year of 2023, the Detroit Pistons franchise. That's from last season. That's from January the 1st of 2023 till now. 9 wins, and the football team has 10. That's bad. 9 wins since January 1st for the Pistons. It's crazy. It's crazy. Carlos saying Chicago last night won without DeMar and Levine against the Bucks. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. David's laughing about it. Chris comes saying, "What up, Lex? We need a dub tonight. Next game is Wednesday, so they need to leave it all out there. Let's go." This is a great point by Criscom. Listen, they got a lot of time off, so go all out. You know, in some ways, Darko could really go heavy on the starters, and it wouldn't be a big deal this game, you know, because they do. Criscom is exactly right. They don't have anything tomorrow or Sunday or Monday or Tuesday, and they can really play people heavy minutes if they really want to today. Now, was that the right strategy for trying to keep up and run this team off the ground? Maybe not. Well, we'll see how he does it. But yeah, this is an interesting point Criscom's got. Let's just leave it all on the floor tonight because you got a lot of rest coming up. Trevor's saying Detroit team is hiding out in the hood. I just feel bad. I mean, Monty, that money is worth it, right? I hope. In some ways, I feel bad for Monty Williams. It's frustrating. He's like, man, what is he going to do? This team just sucks. It just sucks. It's horrible. All right, let me wrap things up since we got a Raptors 905 game coming up in half an hour. Kareem saying, hey, guys, got to go. I'm laying down asphalt in the fucking rain. Let's go. 289. He just keeps changing it. He's just bringing out crazy random area codes in here. He's yelling them out just like Matt Devlin calling threes in the game. He's like, let's go, 289. Woo, woo, yeah, 647. Wow. It's so funny. Man, stay dry. And I know you want to keep that asphalt dry too, but it's real hard in this weather like this. Kareem, I wish you well in your job today. Do it the Raptor way. Do it with excellence. And then the team will go down to Scotiabank Arena and do it with excellence too, just like you. Jimmy Pope's got the thumbs up, and everything's trending up, baby. That's right. All right, let's go over everything real quick once again. New York Knicks, really no injuries today. The only person is listed is Charlie Brown. He's day-to-day, Charlie Brown Jr., and he has been converted to a two-way from an Exhibit 10, so he's around. Once again, this is really their lineup, guys. This is who they like to play. They got Jalen Brunson, Quentin Grimes, R.J. Barrett, Julius Randle, and Mitchell Robinson. It's the same cast of characters as last year. Really, the only addition is Dante DiVincenzo instead of Obi Toppin. So Obi Toppin's on Indiana now, of course. And then you got the Dante here. So Josh Hart, Emmanuel Quickley, Dante, Isaiah Hartenstein, Miles McBride, Jericho Sims. Yeah, that's really their team. Oh, and Evan Fournier. That's right. And Ryan Arsen Diacano, Jacob Toppin. So that's basically their roster right now. And like they're not much different than last year. They don't impress me. And once again, they had a cushy schedule so far. That's why their record looks better than us. We've had the inverse. We've had very much one of the hardest schedules so far this season. And meanwhile, the Knicks have had the red carpet rolled out for them to have success right away by playing Charlotte Hornets 3 times already this season. They played the Charlotte Hornets already 3 times and got 3 W's from that. You don't tell me that that's how they get their record enhanced right there. Our referees tonight are James Williams, Lauren Holtkamp, and Robert Hussey. All 3 refs favor the Raptors. And we lost the last 2 times. The last time James Williams and Lauren Holtkamp refereed for us, we lost the last game on that. All right, that's pretty much that it. And Fiercely saying, last comment, lots of other fan bases like Matt and Jack. Yeah, there's a little bit of unofficial polling going on around Raptors places or NBA places about announce crews. We see the highlights from different teams, and you get to hear different announce crews from watching the highlights on NBA.com. And NBA fans often come and see our highlights, and they're like, wow, we like the Toronto announcers. I think officially they like us, and they don't like Golden State. A lot of them are saying the Golden State Warriors announce team is trash, and we hate them. They're annoying. Philadelphia has a horrible announce staff, too, with fake Doris Burke. And, there's a couple of ones like Scalabrini. I can't stand that motherfucker either for Boston. So, yeah, it's a hit and miss. And we do have one of the more exciting, fun crews. I mean, what's not to like about that 2-man crew? You got Jack with his witty Brooklyn accent and his crazy sayings and just his crazy shit. That's fun to people down there. And then you got Matt Devlin with his crazy enthusiasm and his very passionate, excited call. That is something that people can get behind too. And then you add in that our crowd is badass and we show up and bring energy. People watch our highlights and like, man, it's a party up in Toronto. That's an awesome team and an awesome environment to play in Scotiabank Arena. And let's make it that tonight. Let's kick the shit out of the Knicks. This is personal. This is litigious. This is some bullshit is what it is. I'm telling you, Fiercely Saint Sacramento announcers. Bleh. You don't like Mark Jones, Paul Jones's brother? You don't like Mark Jones, Paul Jones's brother? He's the announcer for Sacramento. All right, y'all, let's do the main event marquee matchup. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Scotiabank Arena today here in Toronto. First, we have a pre-match, 905 versus the Maine Celtics at 11. We got Grady Dick playing against the Maine Celtics. Let's see how he does against those Lobsters. And then tonight, first main event, we've got a dunking booth. This is not a normal main event marquee matchup. We just have a dunking booth in the middle of the arena with James Dolan sitting in it. Come on up and pay for the balls. I see that you're here, Charles Oakley. I see that we've also got a certain season ticket holders for the New York Knicks are here. It looks like Adam Silver's lining up here also. So we're getting a good little line for people to throw at the dunking booth with James Dolan sitting in there. And it's not normal water, guys. It's boric acid. There you go, folks. There's your marquee main event matchup. Get your tickets here to go and throw balls at the dunking booth with James Dolan there with boric acid. There you go. There you go. There you go, y'all. All right. Thank you so much for watching me this morning. Let's beat the fuck out of the Knicks. Making this all litigious. Yeah, we're going to get all litigious on your ass on the court. We're going to sue you with OG Anunoby, cutting the fucking water off on your main players over on the other side. That's right. You come and see us. We got something to work out on you with your bullshit fucking lawsuit, James Dolan. Let's go, Raptors. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And thank you for watching. 11 o'clock, 905 versus Maine Celtics. Watch it on their website. And let's go, Raptors. Win tonight, baby. No excuses. Let's keep building. Let's get that consistency going. You play that defense the way you do. Scotty, you have shown us what you can do. You've told on yourself. So now we want to see it more and more going forward. So you do it, Scotty Wayne Barnes. That's right. Chris is here. Hey, everyone, out of CCES for being too big a rap. Okay, he's talking about being out of jail. Okay, I'm glad you're out. All right, let's go Raptors.